The impossible fortress. Imagine a castle that wasn't built on a mountain, but inside it. This is Predjama Castle in Slovenia, a masterpiece of medieval engineering that hangs in the middle of a 123-meter-high vertical cliff. To the naked eye, it looks like a fantasy, like something from Game of Thrones, but this place is very real. For 800 years, it was considered the most impregnable fortress in Europe, and in the 15th century, it became the stage for one of the most bizarre sieges in history, the Robber Baron. The castle belonged to Erasmus of Lueg. He was a knight, a wealthy lord, and a notorious robber baron. Think of him as a Slovenian Robin Hood. He raided rich caravans and gave money to the poor. But he made one fatal mistake. In a duel, Erasmus killed a high-ranking marshal, who happened to be a relative of the Holy Roman Emperor, Frederick III. The emperor was furious. He declared Erasmus an enemy of the state and sent the governor of Trieste, Andrei Rovbar, with a massive army to destroy him. Erasmus retreated to Predjama. He pulled up the drawbridge, sat by his fireplace, and laughed. He knew they couldn't touch him. The trolling of the army. The governor's plan was simple: starvation. The army surrounded the castle, they cut off all supply lines. They waited for winter. They thought, in a few months, he will beg for mercy. But months passed. The soldiers in the valley were freezing, dying of cold and hunger, but inside the cave, Erasmus was feasting. He didn't just survive, he waged psychological warfare. When the army expected him to be starving, Erasmus sent them gifts. In the dead of winter, he threw roasted meat down from the walls to tease the hungry soldiers. In the spring, he sent them baskets of fresh cherries, the first of the season. The army was confused. Was he a wizard? No, they just didn't know the secret. Predjama wasn't a dead end. Deep inside the cliff, behind the castle walls, was a secret network of natural caves leading to a village on the other side of the mountain. Erasmus had fresh food delivered every single day. The betrayal. The governor realized he couldn't win with force. The walls were too thick, the cliff was too high. So he turned to the oldest weapon in history, bribery. He managed to contact one of Erasmus's servants. For a bag of gold, the servant agreed to betray his master. But how do you kill a man safe inside a mountain? You wait for him to be vulnerable. The castle had one weak spot, a small wooden outhouse, the toilet, built on a thin extension of the outer wall, hanging directly over the precipice. The final shot. On a dark night in 1484, Erasmus went to use the facilities. The traitor lit a small candle in the window. This was the signal. Down in the valley, the enemy gunners saw the tiny light flickering in the dark. They aimed their most powerful cannon. They didn't need to destroy the whole castle, they just needed one lucky shot. Boom! The cannonball tore through the thin wooden walls. Erasmus of Lueg, the invincible knight who defied an emperor, died, literally with his pants down. Conclusion. Today, Predjama is a museum. You can walk through the cold halls, see the secret caves, and look down from that dizzying height. But the legend remains. It teaches us that you can build walls thick enough to stop an army, but you cannot build walls thick enough to stop a traitor.